Welcome to Venue Marketing 101, a free educational video series for EVENTPROFS powered by Snappening, an event technology company helping you find places to host parties and the pros that plan them, and the Venue Marketing Society, an online community dedicated to answering real venue owners and managers about their daily marketing challenges. Well, hi there. I'm your host, Crystal Grave, the founder, president, and CEO of Snappening, and I'm also the author of the industry's ultimate guide to venue marketing, How to Market an Event Venue, a free downloadable guide to marketing venues from scratch with more than 300 pages of useful tips, ideas, stories, and real-life examples to immediately supercharge any venue's marketing plan. Feel free to connect with me on Twitter and a host of other places if you'd like. I'd love to hear from you. Hey everybody, we're back again this week with our Venue Marketing 101 video series. Just in case you missed episode 1, I want to suggest you give that a quick listen first and then catch up to any of these future episodes. Episode 1 really sets the tone for our discussions about venue discoverability. It helps define the venue discoverability model, and it highlights the 5 steps we're going to showcase over the course of a year with each episode in the series. In other words, episode 1 really helps all these other episodes make a lot more sense. You don't need to watch them all in order to get something out of them, but doing so may help some viewers plan their marketing strategies a little better. And we'd be doing you no favors if we didn't make a video series with something extra in the value department, right? Something you can use right now and see immediate results. That's where our individual episodes featuring more than 50 solid venue marketing ideas come into play. Each video gives you a few nuggets of solid marketing advice that's been tailored specifically for venue owners and managers. Some little aha or oh right idea that you can easily incorporate into your daily routine. So please feel free to join us weekly right here on our YouTube channel as we explore this topic all year long and add value to your week. Hi there and welcome to today's episode number 16. Today it's all about how to explore the world of volunteering and why it may be a cornerstone to your professional development and your venue's growing influence in your community. We wanted to remind you about where we are right now in the video series, just so you know exactly what we're talking about in each episode and our discussion path makes sense to you. To refresh your memory, the discoverability influence model has 4 circles. We started with circle 1, in-person influence, and the 11 ideas in that section in episodes number 2 through 13. Now we're moving one more ring out to circle 2, the referral network. This is the next layer of influence and makes sense as our next step. We're going to cover 17 more venue marketing ideas in episodes number 15 through 31. After we finish this section, we'll move on to the next circle later in the series. Oscar Wilde once famously said, "The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention." And we all do have some pretty amazing intentions, don't we? From New Year's resolutions to the lofty goals we make for ourselves all year long, we oftentimes plan to tackle a lot of different things. At least I know I do. Heck, you may have set yourself up for a whole bunch of new goals just by listening to this video series. I want to pivot for just a second from our last episode on charities to another related topic. Volunteering. Sometimes we forget that small acts of kindness and doing just a little out in the community can have a very big impact on both our personal and professional goals. If you're thinking about volunteering as part of your influence building strategy this year, it's important to think about what you'll do with intention. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing thing to volunteer for all sorts of causes, and I hope you're able to do as much as your schedule allows. But just in case your time is very limited and you'd like to try to tackle 2 birds with 1 stone, we're going to focus on 3 key ideas in this episode. Joining the right volunteer committees, producing gorgeous galas and other nifty events, and participating in mega service days in your city. These 3 topical areas are going to help you get some of the biggest bang for your buck in the world of events and volunteerism, and I'm going to help you see how. As you think about where you want to spend your time and on what planning committees, you might want to think about your intentions first here. Are you trying to sit on a planning committee for a major event in town, like a race or a big party or a sporting event? Or are you trying to align yourself with a specific charity or group in town or some other key influencers? You need to map out your volunteer work along with your other networking opportunities so you're certain you're meeting your objectives. For example, Indianapolis hosted the Super Bowl several years ago, and when that happened, a lot of savvy event pros I know volunteered to take part in those committees because it made sense to do so. And who doesn't want to be part of planning the Super Bowl, right? Your city may also have some pretty amazing events that they're proud to host, and you may want to take part in those. You may also have the national headquarters of some important charities in your area, or be hosting some top-notch anniversary events or traveling events. Whatever it is in your world, just be certain you've thought about your goals as you dive in. Now, this should go without saying, but I'm adding it here just in case it's not obvious for some of you. If you're in the event and hospitality industry, you want to make sure whatever events you work on are pretty sophisticated if you're doing it for professional influence building purposes. Yes, you can certainly lend your expertise to other smaller events in town too, but if you want to make a more high-profile splash, you want to make sure you're doing it with some of the best high-profile events you can. These are typically going to draw the most sophisticated committee members and the largest crowds and media coverage for the volunteer pool. Just be sure you're doing events you're passionate about, or else you'll burn yourself out too quickly and won't enjoy it while you're working on it. Remember, it's far easier to latch onto an existing event than try and create a brand new one, no matter what anyone tells you that's trying to get you to join their event committee. Don't you be wooed by them without knowing what you're getting into, okay? Volunteerism is changing, and most recently communities have moved to massive service day projects where they get small groups of volunteers to do service projects all over the city at one time. Normally, these are coordinated by the local government and some major corporations that already have a need to do more corporate responsibility programs and want a reason for the local media to cover it. These are typically called service days or volunteer days or do-good days, things like that. If you can get yourself out with a group associated with the venue on this one day, you'll be part of that mega splash and have a reason to cover it extensively in your own social media. If major public sporting events or conventions aren't your speed, consider other major charitable causes in your area that make sense for you and your team. Whatever you decide to do, your expertise should be welcome and useful to the event organizers, which will make it more memorable for everyone in the long run. There's nothing wrong with forging your own volunteerism path as you grow your referral network and your professional goals. I hope you feel like you've increased your knowledge about how to add volunteerism to your referral networking efforts in your community. Volunteering is a great way to connect with lots of new people in a short amount of time and do something that really makes a difference at the local level. I hope you'll join us next time for episode number 17, where we're going to talk exclusively about donating meals or food to a local shelter, and why this small act of generosity is often misunderstood and underutilized for event venues. If you've enjoyed this video and thought to yourself, you know what, it would be mighty handy to have some more content like this and some people to talk to on a regular basis about my venue, and somewhere to ask questions right as I think of them, well then, I have just the place for you. Pop on over to Facebook and visit facebook.com/groups, Venue Marketing Society, no spaces, and connect with us now. We have daily prompts about venue marketing ideas, real challenges people are facing, and other cool things we're finding online. We've also included a link to our group down in the video description here on YouTube to save you a step. I've also mentioned our free downloadable ebook a couple of times in the video, and in case you'd like more learning like this, but want to take it at your own pace and snag a copy of your own, you can grab this link and get the book down in the summary for the video, or you can head over to the blog post mentioned on the screen. Just complete the download form on the blog and poof, you're all set. You'll also receive more exclusive content when you sign up for the ebook that will help you with your learning over the next several weeks. We'd love to socialize with you. Join us online in any of the channels you see here. It'll be great to chat with you. The Venue Marketing 101 video series is created, produced, and licensed by Snappening. We extend our thanks to our production team and the artists who have helped contribute to the work showcased in this video. That's all for today's episode. We look forward to having you join us for the next one right here on our YouTube channel. Your likes and comments on this video help guide our team's future content roadmap, so share the love below if we're helping you in your venue marketing journey, and let us know how we could help you even more in the future. If you'd like to be notified about episodes as soon as they're released, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/snappening.